Hey, what is going on, guys? Hex Competitive back in today, and as always, down in the title below will be the topic we're talking about today, which just happens to be about episode 10 of Mob Psycho. And, well, there's some pros, there's some cons. Overall, I really did enjoy the episode. It was an excellent episode once again, but there are definitely some cons, and one being that, I just want to hurry up and get this out of the way, was some of the fights were just like one fight of Mob we didn't even get to see. Actually, two. We just saw one guy get slammed up against the wall. Given I love that Mob's really badass, but I really wish we could have saw like 30 seconds or something at least, because we didn't really get to see him at all. But I mean, other than that, the episode was good. And the person behind the tack masks that we see, that obviously is trying to hide their their identity. I feel like I know her. I just feel like we've seen her in the show before. I'm not sure who it could be. But I don't know. I just think of the Telekinesis Club, that girl. I don't know why, but I just was. The voice sounds familiar. Like, it sounds kind of muffled up, but it definitely sounds familiar. Leave down in the comments below if you guys feel the same way. But so we start off with the episode. It talks about the awakening. So the awakening experiment's so painful. It's supposed to bring out your true powers, I guess, if you're not a natural, and it actually kills some people. It's so painful, I guess. The pain's just too much, and we actually see blood in one of the capsule-like things. We see blood all over the wall. So yeah, I'm not sure where they got this crazy idea, but Dimple even states that they're on the right track, I guess. So, other than that, though, the subordinate power. Dimple can even beat the subordinates. That's how weak the subordinates are. And like a team of 15 of them, they're like all using their power. Well, actually, it's like a team of 10. They are all using their power at the same time, and Dimple is still able to defeat them. That just shows that if you're a natural, it's not fair. But Hanazawa finally gets taken down whenever two people team up, and I take it those two are probably the strongest out of the claws that are there, because we found out that 7 out of 11 were defeated, given my beating all but like one of them. Yeah, all but one of them, and yeah. So the guy was trying to the guy that made people go mad or makes people see illusions, was trying to use that shit on Mob, and Mob basically like went 100, and like it's left him in a helpless state, but at the same time he like reversed the illusion magic or psychic powers, I guess. It shouldn't be magic, and he basically like fried his brain. He's like, oh shit, I'm done, and just peeled over. But at the same time, Ma was KO'd too. So I really want to go back to Hanazawa. So Hanazawa ends up beating the pyrokinesis guy. So we found out that psychic powers can actually have elements then. So a lot, we'll say for instance, for the sake of the video, a lot like Pokemon, I guess. Pokemon all have powers, and they're kind of sort of the same, but yeah, it's maybe a water Pokemon can use like ice at the same time. But I'm just trying to use the best illustration, I guess. More than anything, Avatar: The Last Airbender would probably be the best example. So I thought that was really neat. I'm interested to see other powers. I mean, his power is just straight up fire. Like, we've seen people like little fires, but they never really dove into it, to the fact like their fire power could be amazing. You see some dude just cracking the ground. Maybe that's earth. I'm not exactly sure if that's just psychic power, just like the force of psychic power, like, you know, just throwing it at the ground, or he's just an earth kind of user. But we see Richu's actually getting the hang of his power more and more. Not good enough to beat a Claw, but I feel as if it's going to take Ritsu and Mob to beat these guys. I think these two, and Hanazawa, of course, it's going to take them to knock these guys out for good. And at the end, Mob gets captured because of the illusion thing, obviously, so everyone's captured. But we find out Cloth is thinking a lot like Hanazawa, and Hanazawa basically says that to him. He says, you can't beat him if you think like that. If you think you're something special, you're not going to beat this guy. Because if anyone's special, he's basically saying it's Mob. That man is not, he's not human. I mean, no pun intended, because he has psychic powers, but he's just, even if the whole world had psychic powers, he wouldn't be considered human. He'd be considered foreign. He'd be considered something out of this world. He'd be alien-like. He's so strong. But at the end of if you guys made this far, if you stay till the end of the very end of the video to see the preview into the next episode, it looked like Regin was this had HQ, not main HQ, but the place they're at now, Claw's 7th Division. It looked like he was Claw's 7th Division's leader. Okay. This could mean a lot of things. One, I'm calling bullshit, and these guys are idiots for believing this man. Two, he just said, I'm sorry for hiding this from Mob, and it looked like Mob was crying in the preview. Two, this is bullshit, because I can't think of anything else but that. And three, what the hell's going on? Like, what? Oh, it's sort of coming to. Maybe it's like Resin's twin brother or something. I don't know, but if Resin turns out to actually have psychic powers and this has just been a joke this whole time, I will be very intrigued, and I'll be saying, hey, you got me. I will say, great writing, and you got me. You made Resin play the part perfectly. You got me. Wow, like I had to clap to you for that one, rather that. But as always, guys, you've been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Hex25. And be sure to check out my Patreon in the link below. Peace.